Hey, welcome back to my channel. My name is Megan and I help freelancers grow their businesses. Your LinkedIn profile is an opportunity to sell yourself as a professional. Specifically, your bio is really powerful real estate. When I'm talking about your LinkedIn bio, you might call it your summary or your about section. But what do you write there? That's what this video is all about, so let's jump right in. What is this? Oh, sorry about that. All right, so here's the biggest thing you want to keep in mind with your LinkedIn profile. Think of it as a sales page, not a resume. If you're a freelancer, then you're a business owner, and business owners don't hand out resumes, okay? Really, this very often comes down to just tweaking your wording a little bit. There's a big difference between how an employee speaks when they're looking for a job and how a freelancer speaks when they're looking for a client. As a freelancer, you don't want to say something like, I'm hardworking, results-oriented, and I work well with others. That sounds like something an employee would put. Instead, you might word that as, I collaborate with brands to deliver real results and outpace the competition. Okay, so do you see there how we're saying some of the same things, but we're wording them differently? This is something you really want to keep in mind, okay? Employee, employer, freelancer, client. Okay, this is the relationship. Not this, not this, not this, not this, not this. It's this. I want to share with you a sort of template for your LinkedIn bio so that you can go on after this video and write one of your own or improve the one that you already have. Your bio needs to start with a hook. You need to reel them in. That sounds like a fishing analogy. Start with a hook and then reel them in. Okay, here's why. By default, LinkedIn is only going to show the first few lines of your bio before people have to expand it to read more. This is also how it works on your regular LinkedIn posts. So how can you start off with a bang? You want to focus on the client, and there are a couple of possibilities that I see here. You could take your headline and simply expand on that. I have a whole video on how to write a powerful LinkedIn headline, so I will drop that link below. Or you could start with a question or a statement that immediately touches on your ideal client's pain points. Here's an example. I'm a writer, so if I were to follow that approach, I might start my LinkedIn bio with something like, is your brand having a hard time ranking on page 1 of Google? That makes sense for my target market because this is something that my clients very often struggle with. After the hook, whichever of those two approaches you take, you want to talk more about where your clients, your target clients, are struggling or falling short and how you can offer a solution. Then put a few testimonials. If you've never had a paying client, that's totally okay. Go to a coworker, go to a previous boss, someone you've worked with in any capacity, and ask them if they would be willing to say a few nice words about you and allow you to use their name on your LinkedIn page. You can keep this vague if that helps. They can talk about your work ethic or your desire to deliver real results or how you were great to collaborate with. You don't have to get into the nitty-gritty if it doesn't really make sense for the freelancing services that you're offering. That's okay. Ask someone to vouch for you, and there's your testimonial. And finally, you want to end with a call to action. This usually means telling people to email you or send you a direct message. Okay, so let's go through these 5 sections just to recap. You've got your hook, their problem, your solution, testimonials, call to action. Okay, that's the formula for a really strong LinkedIn bio. Now, what if you have no experience as a freelancer? First, I want you to go watch this video and I will tell you exactly how to get started. And again, for your LinkedIn bio, this really comes down to how you word it. You don't need to lie, nor should you. It's not necessary and it's just gonna blow up in your face. Let's talk about how you can kind of get around this while being truthful. Let's say you are a freelance writer and you're, brand new, trying to build your business from the ground up. What can you put there without talking out of your behind? You might say something like, my goal is to help my clients rank higher in Google, or I aim to improve my clients' keyword rankings. Those things are true. Those are your goals. That is your aim. What you're not going to say is something like, I have a proven track record of blah, 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 because that's a lie, and lying isn't nice. And for the testimonial, once again, you just need someone you've worked with in any capacity who's willing to vouch for you. Doesn't have to be a client, that's okay. Here's another question. What if you are trying to freelance on the side of your 9 to 5? Sometimes when people enroll in my program, Revenue Spark, they still have their 9 to 5 that they're trying to transition out of so that they can freelance instead. First, go watch this video because I talk about this topic a lot more. What if you want your LinkedIn bio to reflect your services as a freelancer, but you're worried about someone from your current 9 to 5 seeing that? The way I see it, there are two possible scenarios here, so let's go through both of them. Now, if your freelancing services align with your current 9 to 5, then you're good. So here's an example. Let's say you want to build up your business as a freelance writer and you are currently working as a copywriter for a marketing agency. Those two things are so similar that you could write a LinkedIn bio reflecting yourself as a freelancer, and it's going to sound like you're talking about what you're already doing, because you are. Just be careful of mentioning that you're a freelancer or that you have your own business, because that's something your employer might see and not really like. The second scenario is that the freelancing business you're trying to build up has nothing to do with your current 9 to 5. So as an example, maybe you are an accountant currently and you want to become a freelance writer. How do you make that work? What I suggest to my students in this case is that they start their bio talking about their current skill sets reflecting their 9 to 5, and then segue into their freelancing skills. That way you kind of cover your butt in case someone from your current job sees it, but you're still leaving the door open and kind of gently introducing people to this other thing that you're building on the side. Take time writing your LinkedIn bio. Start drafting it up in a Google Drive doc, get the first version down on paper, walk away from it for a few days, and then come back and revisit it with fresh eyes. If you want feedback on your bio, then I have a LinkedIn group for freelancers specifically, so I'm going to leave that link in the description below. If you want to master LinkedIn from top to bottom, I'm also dropping the link to my 55-page guide to LinkedIn. And finally, if you want to take the guesswork out of landing clients as a freelancer and copy my process from start to finish, then you might be interested in my program, Revenue Spark. If you want to learn more about that and book a call to speak with me, the link is below. If you found this video helpful, I'd be really grateful if you gave it a thumbs up to help support my channel. And if you have any questions, just drop them in a comment and I'll see you next time.